In the hustle-bustle of everyday school life, you never know what will happen.
I felt like I was going to die.
10-year-old Xander Slashinsky, a fifth grader at Pelham Road Elementary School, was finishing off a chicken biscuit when the first period bell started ringing.
I couldn't chew all of it and I swallowed too early. And my face turned purple and I couldn't breathe.
Xander, who was about to head upstairs, did a sudden about-face to try to locate a teacher.
He made it to the stairs and realized that he was in trouble.
The teacher he found was Assistant Principal Heather Dye.
And I will never forget the look on his face. His eyes were big and he had a look on his face like something was not right.
She said, "Are you choking?" And I nodded.
I said, "Are you choking?" And he shook his head yes.
She said to bend over, so I did.
I bent him over my arm and started doing back blows first.
Dye's training in life-saving techniques kicked in as she delivered a series of back blows.
She used her wrist bone and hit me right around my neck area.
The chewed-up chicken came flying out. Xander could breathe again. The only thing left to do at this point was notify the boy's mother.
And I pull up and I see Miss Dye there, standing outside the front of the school waiting for me.
But wait, before we tell that story, you need to know about a similar incident that happened the same day.
All right, guys, when we're looking at rounding decimal, what's the most important thing?
Around the same time at Armstrong Elementary School.
Jaheim has a new puppy. The puppy weighs 5.2 pounds.
But it wasn't a student that needed help.
I was scared to death. It seemed like forever.
Fifth grade teacher Frida Rafferty was chewing on some Skittles during their virtual faculty meeting when all of a sudden,
I popped two in my mouth and was chewing them, and then all of a sudden I couldn't breathe.
she coughed and coughed, hoping the Skittle would dislodge. But it soon became clear to everyone this was an emergency.
Eventually it just kind of got worse and worse, and I started noticing like her face was turning red.
And I was gasping, and everybody was kind of looking at me like, "Are you okay?" And I was like,
That's when Madison Dalton, who also teaches fifth grade and was sitting across from Rafferty when it happened, made an executive decision.
Do I go and get someone? And then my mind just switched and said, I don't have time to get someone, I need to help her.
Fortunately, Dalton knew exactly what to do.
How else could I write pounds?
She jumped behind Rafferty and gave her the abdominal thrust.
She jerked me one good time, and that Skittle came up enough where I could cough it up.
Hey, I have a question.
Dalton did more than save Rafferty's life. The two teachers, who were already close, are now inseparable.
We've been close since we started working. I was her mentor last year. It was her first year here, and I was her mentor. But it's just gotten stronger. I mean, instead of work co-mates and friends, I almost feel like she's my sister now.
I've seen you at breakfast some.
Meanwhile, at Pelham Road Elementary School, where Xander's mom found out the assistant principal saved her son's life,
And so I get there and she hugs me, and I, of course, fall apart.
a valuable lesson was learned by all, that superheroes are real.
Superheroes really are everywhere, and you can see them, and it's being in the right spot at the right time, and it's doing the right things, and it's not panicking.
All of which describe Heather Dye.
What an outcome.
What an outcome, the absolute best outcome. I told his mom, I've seen him several times, and every time I lay eyes on him, I think my heart just skips a beat a little bit.
All in a day's work, which sometimes involves saving someone's life.